Good morning. I'm Doug Shipman, Atlanta City Council President, calling to order this special called meeting Wednesday, August 7th, 2024, the Atlanta City Council. I'd like to ask the clerk to call the opening roll.
Good morning, Council President and members of Council. We have Council President Doug Shipman,
Present.
Councilmember Michael Julian Bond, Councilmember Matt Westmoreland, Post 2 at Large, Councilmember Jason H. Winston, District 1, Councilmember Amir Faroqi, District 2,
Here.
Councilmember Byron D. Amos, District 3,
Here.
Councilmember Jason Dozer, District 4, Councilmember Liliana Bakhtiari, District 5, Councilmember Alex Wan, District 6, Councilmember Howard Shook, District 7, Councilmember Mary Norwood, District 8, Councilmember Dustin Hills, District 9, Councilmember Andre L. Boone, District 10, Councilmember Marcy Collier Overstreet, District 11, Councilmember Antonio Lewis, District 12. But, Council President, we have a quorum of members present, 9.
Thank you. Next, we'll move to the adoption of the agenda. If there are no changes or additions to the agenda, I'd like to entertain a motion to adopt. Moved by Councilmember Bakhtiari, seconded by Councilmember Wan. Any discussion on the motion to adopt the agenda? We can do this via unanimous consent without objection. Any objection? Madam Clerk, please sound the count on unanimous consent.
8 yeas, 0 nays.
8 yeas, 0 nays. The motion to adopt the agenda carries. We will skip over the invocation today for the special call meeting, but I would ask my colleagues to join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Next, we'll move to communications, Madam Clerk. And just for the record, I'd like to note that Councilman Winston is joined.
Communication item 24C 5104. This is a communication from Council President Doug Shipman calling a special call meeting of the Atlanta City Council on Wednesday, August 7th, 2024 at 10:30 a.m. to consider item 240-1369, staff recommendation to accept and file.
Let the item follow that course. Next, we'll move to remarks by the public. Do we have any members of the public who have signed up to speak?
No, Mr. President, we don't.
Thank you. Next, we'll move to the legislation for consideration. I'm going to ask Vice Chair of Finance Committee, Alex Wan, to come forward and to lead us through this piece of legislation.
Thank you, Mr. President. Colleagues, we have one item on the agenda today that was held in the rest of council from Monday. It is ordinance 240-1369. We do have a substitute for this. I'm going to read in the caption, which has changed, and then make the motion to bring it forward. It is an ordinance by Councilmember Byron D. Amos, as substituted by the Atlanta City Council, Series 2024 A1, A2, and B, supplemental pricing ordinance. An ordinance supplementing that certain 33rd supplemental bond ordinance 240-1228 adopted by the Atlanta City Council on May 20, 2024, and approved by the mayor on May 21st, 2024, to, among other things, set forth the terms of the City of Atlanta 1 Airport General Revenue Bond, Series 2024 A1 Green Bonds, non-AMT, 2 Airport General Revenue Bonds, Series 2024 A2 non-AMT, and 3 Airport General Revenue Bond Series 2024 BAMT with certain parameters previously established by the city, including the original aggregate principal amounts, interest rates, maturity dates, redemption provisions, and debt service reserve requirements with respect thereto, affirm satisfaction of the additional bonds test with respect to the Series 2024 bonds, ratify certain prior actions of the City Council and certain officers and agents of the city with respect to the issuance and sale of Series 2024 bonds, ratify and approve the execution and delivery of a bond purchase agreement, ratify and approve the preparation, use, and distribution of a preliminary official statement and the execution and delivery of a final official statement in connection with the offer and sale of the Series 2024 bonds, authorizing the Chief Financial Officer to create the Series 2024 A1 Green Bonds, non-AMT, Airport General Revenue Bond Fund, number listed, and Series 2024 A2 non-AMT, Airport General Revenue Bond Fund number listed, and Series 2024 B AMT, Airport General Revenue Bond 50 number listed, to amend the FY 2025 budget by adding to anticipations and appropriations bond proceeds in the aggregate principal amount not to exceed $600 million and 0 cents for the Series 2024 bonds provide an effective date, and for other related purposes. Procedurally, do I need to make a motion to adopt first?
Correct.
Okay, I'll make that motion.
There's a motion to adopt 24-0-1369 by Councilmember Juan, seconded by Councilmember Bakhtiari. Is there any discussion on the motion to adopt this item?
So now I need to make a motion to bring forward the substitute, which I just read in. And colleagues, the substitute contains the information and the results of the pricing that took place in New York yesterday.
So Councilmember Juan has made a motion to bring forth the substitute. Councilmember Bakhtiari has seconded. Any discussion on the motion to bring forth the substitute? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Madam Clerk, please open the vote on the motion to bring forth the substitute.
The vote is open. The vote's closed.
Councilmember Lewis is an aye. Councilmember Lewis has joined us.
10 yeas, 0 nays.
10 yeas, 0 nays. The motion to bring forth the substitute carries. We'll now move to, we're back to the motion to adopt as substituted. Councilmember Juan.
Colleagues, if I may, I will have the Department of Finance present the information on this issuance. I understand that CFO Bala was originally going to be with us today. However, Hurricane/Tropical Debbie has impacted his travel return back. So instead, we're going to have the birthday girl, Deputy CFO Yolanda Carr, provide the information for us. So you have the floor, Ms. Carr.
Thank you. Yolanda Carr, Deputy CFO. As Chairman Juan mentioned, our CFO is stuck in New York. This was a part of the pricing yesterday, so I want to provide a quick update on the pricing on yesterday. So the city priced yesterday $368 million in 3 separate sub-series, the 2024-A1, 2024-A2, and 2024-B. This will be used for a variety of purposes. So I want to list some of those projects included. South Domestic Parking Deck, Main Security Checkpoint, Screen Equipment, Fire Life Safety Enhancements, Domestic Terminal, Central Passenger and Passenger Screening Checkpoint, and Concourse T, Upper Level Office. These are some of the projects that are included in this pricing. In addition to that, we have debt service reserve requirements and also paying the cost of issuance. So now we'll move to page 2. So on page 2, I wanted to highlight the sources and the uses. So again, we had $393 million to fund new projects that we talked about on the previous page, but I wanted to highlight that we have 3 separate series. We have the 2024-A1, which is a green bond series, and this continues the sustainability efforts that we have here at the City of Atlanta, as well as Hartsville-Jackson International. We have a par amount of $368 million, premium of $42 million, which totals to $410 million as far as what we have in the money that was issued yesterday. Our interest rate, we have 4.2%, and so this was really a good day for the City of Atlanta. Now I want to move to page 3. I want to thank the transaction team and to acknowledge them, the Co-Bond Counsel, Hunton Andrews, Co-Disclosure, Greenberg, Financial Advisor, Frasca and Associates, Airport Consultants, Lee Fisher, our co-underwriters, Squire Patton Boggs, trustees, U.S. National Bank, and also our underwriters, Serbert Williams and Jeffries. In addition to that, we have co-managers, Raymond James, Ramirez, Blaylock, Frazier, and Security Capital Brokerage. In addition to that, I wanted to thank Mayor Dickens and administration, the law department, aviation, Brian Benefield was leading this as well, and our finance department, our CFO Bala and Courtney Knight. So that concludes the presentation.
Mr. President, if I might, I just want to make 2 comments and then I'll make a motion, well, actually there is already a motion on the floor. I want to commend the finance department and team for this. I was talking to another colleague in another jurisdiction about the special call, and they were surprised to hear that we were actually able to go out into the bond markets given the current capital markets and be able to get favorable results. So I want to thank y'all for shepherding this along. And secondly, I will also, the appetite for our paper is there because of the strong bond ratings that we have. It's nice to see that we're still issuing green bonds as well, and that's kind of a nice trend for us to be able to tout as we continue the important work down at the airport. So with that, I guess I need a motion to adopt on substitute since, no, not anymore? Okay. Okay.
Got a motion to adopt as been substituted, so we're discussing the motion to adopt as substituted. Any other discussion on the motion to adopt as substituted? Hearing none, we'll move to a vote. Madam Clerk, please open the vote on the motion to adopt as substituted.
The vote is open. The vote is closed. That's 10 yeas, 0 nays.
10 yeas, 0 nays, the motion to adopt as substituted carries.
Mr. President, that concludes our report.
Thank you. We will now move to general remarks. Any general remarks from the body? Yes,
Real
Finance
quick,
Department.
if we can send that post haste, that would be great. Thank you.
Told you I'd forget. That motion to move post haste.
There's a motion by Councilmember Juan, seconded by Councilmember Bakhtiari to move this item post haste to the mayor's office. Is there any discussion on the motion to move post haste? We can do this via unanimous consent without objection. Any objection? Madam Clerk, please sound the counter. Unanimous consent on the motion to move post haste.
That's 10 yeas, 0 nays.
10 yeas, 0 nays, the motion to move post haste carries. Now, we will move to general remarks from my colleagues. Any general remarks? Councilmember Dozier.
Thank you, Mr. President. Recognizing that, I know typically when we have our city council meetings, we acknowledge the passing of folks in our community, and I want to be sure to acknowledge the untimely and sudden passing of Dr. Brian Davis, the CEO of the Georgia Aquarium. As many of y'all know, the Georgia Aquarium has been a wonderful partner with our district office. We held a couple of town halls. We've had free days for our constituents. We've even worked with them to do scuba training for some of our constituents at some of our city pools. And that was all because of Dr. Davis's desire and commitment to see the aquarium serve our communities in a much more robust way. And so he will be sorely missed. And one, make sure that we take some time to uplift his memory and his legacy, especially with the suddenness of his passing. Thank you.
Thank you. We will take a moment of silence for him and others after remarks. Councilmember Lewis.
I wanted to announce the Fulton County Behavioral Health Crisis Center. The ribbon cutting ceremony will be this Thursday at 2805 Metropolitan Parkway. This is the first of its kind in Fulton or DeKalb County. This is a federal project in which we actually got funds from the federal government, and we will be using them in District 12 to help folks with houselessness and with mental health issues right here in District 12 on Cleveland Avenue and Metropolitan Parkway. Wanted to announce that. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Bakhtiari.
Yeah, thank you. I know that I wanted to just piggyback off of Councilmember Dozier because Brian was a really, not just the work that he did at the Georgia Aquarium, but was just a very phenomenal human being who was an incredible mentor to a lot of people in our community and brought such a level of innovative thinking to the work he did. I mean, I would come to him with different ideas and he would always be willing to give them a try or to find a way to make the Georgia Aquarium a resource that could advance issues around sustainability and other things. People do not know the work he did at the airport with trafficked animals with the aquarium. I mean, he was just hands down one of the best people I'd ever met. So just really wanted to say that piece as well. And I will miss him, and we know we will all miss him very much.
Thank you. Let's take a moment of silence for Dr. Davis and others. Thank you. Any other remarks before we adjourn? Madam Clerk, please sound the adjourning roll call.
Council President Doug Shipman.
Present.
Councilmember Jason H. Winston. Councilmember Amir Faroki, District 2. Councilmember Byron D. Amos, District 3. Councilmember Jason Dozier, District 4. Councilmember Liliana Bakhtiari, District 5. Councilmember Alex Wan, District 6. Councilmember Howard Shook, District 7. Councilmember Mary Norwood, District 8. Here. Councilmember Dustin Hills, District 9. Councilmember Andrea O'Boone, District 10. Councilmember Marcy Kohler Overstreet, District 11. Councilmember Antonia Lewis, District 12.
Without objection, we stand adjourned.